If you're over 60, you might find that certain topics are quietly swept under the rug, even among close friends or at the doctor's office. But today, I want to shine a gentle light on something surprisingly simple that could have a big impact on your confidence, your energy, and even your most private moments. The right way to drink water. Now I know what you might be thinking. Water? Really, doctor? How can something so basic possibly make a difference for men who want to keep enjoying life and intimacy as they age? But I promise you, after more than 30 years as a men's health specialist, I've seen this overlooked habit make or break everything from your energy to your erections. Sometimes it's not about fancy pills or complicated diets, it's about getting back to basics and doing them right. Let me share a story from my clinic that might sound familiar. A few months ago, I met a gentleman named Harold. He's 72, sharp as a tack and still playing a little tennis on the weekends.
Harold came to see me with a concern that's more common than you might think. He said, "Doc, everything's working okay, but it takes more effort than it used to. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of steam in the bedroom, and I can't figure out why." Like many men, Harold assumed the answer had to be complicated, maybe hormones, maybe nerves, maybe just age. But as we talked, I started to notice something that's easy to miss. Harold drank coffee with breakfast, maybe a soda at lunch, and a glass or two of water if he remembered, but he never really thought much about hydration. He figured, if he wasn't thirsty, he must be fine. This is exactly why I'm so passionate about today's topic, because drinking water the right way isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about supporting the systems in your body that matter most as you get older, especially when it comes to blood flow and sexual health. Your body is more than 60% water. Every cell, every nerve, every blood vessel relies on it, and as we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. The truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind. And what most men don't realize is that even mild dehydration can quietly chip away at performance, energy, and mood long before you ever notice the classic signs. I've spent my career helping men reclaim their health, and the biggest value I can give you today is this. If you learn to hydrate the right way, you'll give your body the foundation it needs to keep blood flowing smoothly, even in those moments that matter most. When your blood is well hydrated, it flows more easily, delivering oxygen and nutrients everywhere they're needed, including to the tissues responsible for strong, healthy erections. This isn't just theory, it's something I've seen over and over with my own patients. Gentle changes in daily habits, like water intake, can produce real, noticeable improvements. And the best part? You don't need expensive supplements, risky medications, or radical changes. Sometimes, you just need a glass of water, at the right time, in the right way. But here's the part most people don't talk about. It's not just about drinking more water. The secret is in how and when you drink it. Many seniors, in an effort to be healthy, will gulp down a whole bottle at once, usually because they forgot to sip throughout the day. Others avoid drinking water in the evening, worried about having to get up in the night. Both of these habits can actually backfire. Gulping too much water at once can dilute important minerals in your system and overload your bladder. Skipping water to avoid nighttime trips can quietly leave your body running on empty, especially overnight, when healing and restoration happen. Harold was a perfect example of this. He'd gotten into the habit of drinking very little during the day, then trying to catch up at dinner. But all this did was send him to the bathroom 2 or 3 times before bed, disrupting his sleep and leaving him tired the next morning. He felt drained, foggy, and less motivated to be active, let alone interested in intimacy. When I explained how the body needs a slow, steady supply of water to function well, and how dehydration makes the blood thicker and harder to pump, something clicked. "So you're saying my glass of water could be as important as my blood pressure medicine?" he asked. In many ways, I told him, yes, it's just as important and much simpler to fix. If you're watching this and thinking, "I never gave water a second thought," you're not alone. It's one of the most overlooked causes of low energy, poor sleep, and even erectile struggles in men over 60. I want you to picture your blood vessels like tiny garden hoses. When you're hydrated, they're soft and flexible, letting blood flow easily wherever it's needed. But if you're running low, those hoses tighten up, making it harder to deliver the oxygen and nutrients your body craves, especially in the parts that depend on healthy circulation. Now, I know these topics aren't always easy to discuss. Sometimes, men feel embarrassed bringing up issues like energy or performance, even to their doctor. But you'd be surprised how often the answer starts with something as simple as hydration. It's not just about feeling less tired or avoiding headaches. It's about setting yourself up for better days, better sleep, and, yes, even better intimacy. If you find yourself nodding along, or if this message is sparking new questions in your mind, I'd love for you to join our community. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you'll never miss a new tip. And in the comments, just leave a simple, yes, or, no, does this resonate with you? Do you think water could be playing a role in how you feel? I read every response, and it truly helps me tailor future advice to what matters most to you. Going back to Harold for a moment, I encourage him to start making small, steady changes instead of big, abrupt ones. Rather than guzzling water all at once, he began sipping throughout the morning and afternoon, keeping a reusable bottle nearby. He paid attention to how his body felt, not just his thirst, but his energy, his mood, even his skin. And over a couple of weeks, he noticed something remarkable. His sleep improved, his mind felt clearer, and, in his words, I feel more present, like I've got a little more gas in the tank. Even his wife noticed the difference. The changes were gentle, but they added up. What I want you to take away from this is that simple shifts in daily habits can set the stage for big improvements. You don't have to overhaul your whole life or start drinking gallons of water. It's about steady, mindful attention, just like the care you'd give to a prized classic car. You wouldn't let the oil run low or ignore a warning light, would you? Your body deserves the same respect, especially as it ages and the signals get a bit quieter. For many men, the right hydration can mean the difference between frustration and satisfaction, both day and night. And it's not just about the number of glasses. It's about learning your own rhythm, being aware of how things like coffee, medications, or even the weather can affect your needs. With age, the body becomes a little less forgiving, but also a little wiser, if we listen to what it's telling us. As you reflect on this, I hope you'll see that drinking water the right way isn't just another health rule. It's a form of self-care and respect that can restore energy, improve mood, and give you the foundation you need for a vibrant, enjoyable life after 60. I'm here to guide you, to answer your questions, and to share the best of what I've learned from 3 decades of helping men like you. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, and every small step counts toward a better tomorrow. As Harold continued to embrace this new approach to hydration, something interesting began to happen, not just in his physical health, but in the way he thought about self-care as a whole. He realized that by making a conscious effort to drink water steadily throughout the day, he wasn't just helping his heart or his skin. He was directly supporting his body's natural ability to deliver blood to every organ, including those involved in intimacy. It gave him a newfound sense of control at a time in life when so many changes can feel out of our hands. And, as I often remind my patients, control and confidence are the foundation of a satisfying and joyful life after 60. I want to dive a little deeper into why hydration matters so much for erections, particularly as we age. Think of it this way. Erections are, at their core, all about healthy blood flow. The vessels that carry blood to the penis are small and delicate, and they're among the first to be affected by anything that thickens the blood or narrows the passageways. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your blood becomes a bit thicker and stickier. Your heart has to work harder to push it through those tiny vessels, and the result is that less blood reaches where it's needed most. For a younger man, this might not make much difference. But after 60, when vessels may already be a little stiffer and the heart isn't quite as strong as it once was, the effects become much more noticeable. Harold told me, I always thought I just had to live with things slowing down. He figured his changing sex life was inevitable. But once he started paying attention to his hydration, sipping, not gulping, making sure he started early in the day, he began noticing subtle but real improvements. Mornings were brighter. Afternoons, instead of being hit with that sleepy, sluggish feeling, he felt steady and alert. And those moments of intimacy that had become a source of frustration? He reported a return of confidence that surprised him and delighted his wife. It wasn't magic, but it was meaningful, and it all started with a simple, overlooked habit. One of the key points I want to emphasize is that hydration isn't just about the water you drink, but about how your whole body uses and balances fluids. After 60, the body's water balance naturally shifts. We have a lower percentage of body water than when we were younger, and our kidneys don't hold onto water as efficiently. Add in medications, like blood pressure pills or diuretics, and it becomes even easier to tip into mild dehydration without realizing it. Harold, for example, was on a common medication for his heart, and like many men, he thought the occasional dry mouth was just a side effect. In reality, it was his body quietly asking for more fluid support. This is why I always encourage my patients, and you, watching at home, not to wait until you feel parched. Instead, make a habit of taking small sips during the day, especially with meals and after any activity that gets you moving or makes you sweat, even a little. Keep a glass or bottle within arm's reach, and treat it as a gentle reminder that you're investing in your health every time you take a drink. The benefits go far beyond erections or sexual performance. Hydration supports clear thinking, steadier moods, healthier joints, and even helps the skin stay resilient and comfortable. Let's talk about a practical concern many men raise. If I drink too much water, won't I be running to the bathroom all day? It's a fair question, especially if you already have some bladder changes or take medications that increase urine output. Here's the key. It's not about quantity all at once, but consistency throughout the day. If you pour a whole pitcher of water into a narrow funnel, it will overflow. But if you pour slowly, the funnel can keep up, and nothing is wasted. Your body is much the same. Sip, don't gulp. Notice the difference in how you feel after a week or two. You might be surprised by how easily your body adapts, and you may actually visit the bathroom less frequently than when you catch up all at once. When Harold first started this routine, he worried about getting up at night. Like many men, he'd cut back on fluids after 6 or 7 p.m., trying to avoid those midnight bathroom trips. But as he shifted his water intake to earlier in the day, front-loading his hydration, he found that his nights became more restful. He still kept a small glass by the bed, just in case, but the urge to get up all night slowly faded. Better sleep meant better mornings, which fed into a cycle of improved mood and a stronger desire to stay active and connected. This gentle shift also led Harold to rethink some other habits. He realized that coffee, while enjoyable, could be dehydrating if he drank too much without balancing it with water. The same was true for that occasional glass of wine at dinner. He learned to enjoy these beverages, but not to rely on them for hydration. Instead, a glass of water before or after helped keep everything in balance. I know some of you watching have unique challenges. Maybe you have a history of heart or kidney concerns, or you're managing diabetes. If that's you, it's especially important to talk to your healthcare provider about your individual needs. But the basic principle is the same for everyone. Steady, thoughtful hydration is one of the simplest, most powerful tools you have to support your body as you age. I want to pause here and invite you to take part in this conversation. If you're finding these insights useful, or if you have your own story about how water, or the lack of it, has affected your health, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Tap the bell icon to get future updates, and let me know in the comments with a simple yes or no. Do you think better hydration could make a difference in your daily life? I truly value your feedback and tailor future advice to the questions you share. This channel isn't just about information, it's about building a caring community where your voice matters. Let's circle back to Harold's experience for a moment, because the changes he made had a wonderful ripple effect. With better hydration, his energy and mood lifted. He started walking more, meeting friends for lunch, and even took up a bit of light gardening. These small steps built on each other. The more he moved, the more his circulation improved. The more his circulation improved, the more confidence he felt, not just in intimate moments, but in his overall ability to enjoy life. The lesson here is powerful. Sometimes, the most overlooked habits can lead to the biggest results. As we age, we have to adjust our routines, not because we're fragile, but because we're wise enough to notice what works and what doesn't. Paying attention to your hydration is a daily act of self-respect, a simple way to tell your body, I care about you, and I want you to thrive. And as Harold discovered, the benefits extend far beyond the obvious. You might find yourself not just performing better in the bedroom, but feeling brighter, steadier, and more capable in every part of your life. So if you're watching this and feeling inspired to make a change, I encourage you to start small. Keep water nearby, notice how you feel, give yourself the grace to adapt and try new things. You might be amazed at how something as simple as drinking water the right way can open the door to better days, deeper rest, and a renewed sense of vitality, at any age. Over the next several weeks, Harold's story unfolded in ways that might surprise you, and it's a journey I've witnessed with many men over the years. As he kept up his steady hydration routine, not only did he report better sleep and more reliable energy, but he also started noticing benefits in places he never expected. His blood pressure, for instance, evened out a bit more, and his regular doctor remarked on how well his skin looked, less dry, with a healthier tone. It's easy to overlook just how interconnected every part of our health is. When we take care of one small thing, like drinking water consistently, it can ripple outward, supporting everything from circulation to cognitive clarity. Now, let's talk about another aspect of hydration that matters a lot for men over 60: the balance between water and salt. Many people don't realize it, but as we age, our bodies can become more sensitive to changes in sodium. Too much salt can pull water out of your tissues and into your bloodstream, making your body work harder to process and eliminate it. For men trying to boost blood flow and support erections, this can make things tougher than they need to be. Harold loved his salty snacks, pretzels, chips, and the occasional bowl of soup with extra crackers. But as we talked through his daily routines, he noticed a pattern. On days he ate more salt, he felt thirstier, his rings felt tighter, and he was more sluggish. I gently suggested a few changes, not to give up his favorite foods, but to find a better balance. I reminded him that every extra glass of water would help his kidneys flush out excess salt, and that choosing lower sodium options when possible could help reduce swelling and keep his blood vessels in top shape. The change wasn't dramatic overnight, but over time, Harold noticed less swelling in his hands and feet, and he found it easier to stay active. He even said that, for the first time in years, his wedding ring slipped off and on without a struggle. This ties directly into something I see in nearly every man I work with. When we start thinking about our health as a whole system, rather than a bunch of disconnected parts, the solutions get simpler and the results more satisfying. Drinking water the right way, gently, regularly, in tune with your body's needs, doesn't just support erections, though that's important. It lifts every part of your well-being: your heart, your mind, your joints, and your relationships. A man who feels hydrated, energized, and clear-headed is more likely to take walks, join in on family gatherings, and even pursue new hobbies or interests. That's how vitality is rebuilt, one day and one decision at a time. Now, I want to address a concern that often crops up in the minds of men who are paying attention to their water intake. How do you know if you're drinking enough, or if you might be overdoing it? The answer is refreshingly simple, and it's not about counting ounces or measuring every sip. It's about listening to your body's signals. Pay attention to the color of your urine. It should be a light, pale yellow. If it's too dark, you may need more water. If it's completely clear all day, you might be drinking more than necessary and could benefit from spacing out your sips a little more. Feeling thirsty is actually a late sign, so aim to keep ahead of that sensation, especially in warmer weather or if you're more active. Harold got into the habit of a quick hydration check every time he used the bathroom. It became second nature, like checking the fuel gauge on his car. This simple routine helped him stay in tune with his body without any stress or fuss, and it freed up mental space for more enjoyable things in life. Another part of hydration that's often overlooked is how our medications and chronic conditions can change our water needs. If you take diuretics or medications for your heart, kidneys, or blood sugar, your balance may shift more quickly. Harold learned to check in with his doctor regularly, especially when seasons changed or when his activity level picked up. Together, they adjusted his water goals so he always felt supported, never overwhelmed. This kind of collaboration is one of the best gifts you can give yourself as you age. A partnership where you and your doctor work together, openly, without embarrassment or hesitation. If you're finding value in these gentle reminders and simple, science-backed habits, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon to keep up with future advice. And don't forget, your voice matters here. Leave a yes or no in the comments if today's message is speaking to you. I read every comment, and they truly guide what I share next. The community we're building together is rooted in real stories, real solutions, and a belief that it's never too late to feel better and live more fully. Now, back to Harold, because his transformation didn't just stop at feeling better physically. As his hydration and energy improved, so did his connection with others. He started feeling more comfortable going out, scheduling more time with friends, and rekindling old interests. He told me one day, "Doc, I just feel like I've got more life in me. Not just in private moments, but in the everyday things too." That's the real payoff. When you tend to the small things with care, your world opens up in ways you might never expect. If you're watching and thinking, "Maybe it's too late for me," I want you to remember Harold's story. It wasn't a dramatic overhaul, just a gentle shift, one glass at a time, one day at a time. Over weeks, those choices built a new foundation for energy, intimacy, and joy. You don't need to aim for perfection. Just a little more attention, a little more kindness to your body, and you might find yourself not just performing better, but living better, waking up rested, moving more easily, and greeting each day with a bit more optimism. So, wherever you are on your own journey, whether you've struggled with low energy, changing performance, or simply want to feel more like yourself, know that something as simple as drinking water the right way can make a difference. It's never too late to care for yourself, to try something new, or to discover that your best years are still ahead, waiting for you to embrace them with a clear mind, a strong body, and an open heart. As Harold's journey illustrates, caring for your body as you age isn't about striving for perfection or making grand gestures. It's about embracing small, meaningful changes that restore your sense of well-being, inside and out. By focusing on something as simple as steady, thoughtful hydration, Harold unlocked a wave of benefits: better sleep, steadier energy, clearer thinking, healthier skin, and, perhaps most importantly for him, a revived sense of confidence in his intimate life. This wasn't just about water. It was about taking the reins again, proving to himself that even after 60, new beginnings are possible and positive change is always within reach. I've met countless men like Harold over my 30 years as a men's health specialist, and the pattern is always the same. It starts with a quiet question, a lingering doubt, maybe about why energy is flagging, why sleep feels lighter, or why intimacy has changed. So often, the answer is rooted in daily habits, the little things that add up. Drinking water the right way, slowly, consistently, with attention to salt balance and in partnership with your doctor, becomes a daily ritual that grounds you and supports your whole system. For Harold, this shift was more than a new routine. It was a springboard to greater confidence in every area of his life. As you look at your own day-to-day, remember that no one knows your body better than you do. Trust the signals it gives you, and don't be afraid to make gentle adjustments. Notice if your skin feels dry or your energy dips by afternoon. Notice if you wake up at night or feel sluggish in the mornings. Notice if you find yourself avoiding activities you used to enjoy. All of these are clues that your body is ready for a little extra care, a little more water, a little less salt, a little more patience with yourself as you adjust to new needs. Let me share one final detail from Harold's journey that speaks volumes about the power of small changes. Not long after he made hydration a priority, his wife confided in me during a checkup, "He's more himself again. He laughs more. He's up early, making plans for the day. And yes, he's more affectionate, too." That's what I hope for every one of you. That these small acts of self-care can ripple outward, touching not just your own life but the lives of those you love. When you feel good, when your body is supported, you're able to give more, share more, and enjoy each day to its fullest. I hope this message resonates and gives you the gentle push you need to care for yourself, one sip at a time. If it does, please let me know by liking this video, subscribing, and tapping the bell icon. And in the comments, share a simple, yes, or no. Has today's message made you think differently about hydration and your health? I truly do read your comments and use them to shape every new topic we explore together. This community is built on your questions and your stories, and I'm honored to be part of your journey. As we wrap up, I want to encourage you with this thought. No matter your age, every day is a fresh opportunity to build better habits and restore your well-being. You deserve to feel energetic, clear-headed, and confident, whether you're out with friends, working in the garden, or sharing a quiet moment with a loved one. If drinking water the right way can help you get there, even a little, then it's worth every effort. So take that glass, fill it up, and toast to your health. Celebrate the wisdom that comes with age, the resilience in your spirit, and the endless possibility for renewal that lives inside you. You're never too old, never too late, and always worthy of feeling your best. Thank you for joining me today. for your courage in asking honest questions, and for being part of a growing community where every man's story matters. Until next time, take care, stay hydrated, and keep believing in the power of small, steady steps to change your life for the better.